Go to KXNO.com to sign up and have a chance to experience Circa with KXNO and the Iowa Sports Radio Network.
And we hope to see you soon at Circa.
Miller and Condon on the Iowa Sports Radio Network and 106.3 KXNO.
All right, good afternoon. Welcome, Miller and Condon, Iowa Sports Radio Network. Trent Condon and Ken Miller for the next couple of hours to talk sports with you. Thanks for starting your afternoon with us. Wherever you're listening, KXNO, that's Des Moines Sports Station, 106.3 KXNO on the Iowa Sports Radio Network on one of our fine affiliates throughout the state or anywhere in the iHeart app. We're glad you're with us. And we'll take you just till about 2 o'clock, just a little bit before that. Here's what's coming up on our program. At the bottom of the hour, a couple of minutes before that, we will head to Las Vegas, catch up with Mike Palm, VP of Operations at Circa Sports. NFL schedule came out yesterday. Wondering if some of the folks that like to bet on futures were waiting for that opportunity for the schedule to come out, and there was any adjustments made in those markets, etc. So a lot of ground to cover with Mike, as we normally do, and we'll get to him at 12:30. We will give 4 of you an opportunity to play for some prizes from the Chicken Coop. There's 3 locations in Central Iowa: Urbandale, Ankeny, and West Des Moines. If you haven't played in the last 30 days, you're eligible to do so. We'll give you the cue to call, and you get lined up, and we'll have 4 of you contestants. One of you is going to win a $50 gift certificate to use as you please. The other one will get 20 wings from the Chicken Coop. 1 o'clock, Tom Kakert on Iowa. A number of topics with Tom, and then Eugene Rapay will catch up with Eugene on Iowa State. Topics coming up at 1:30. Trent's plays of the day before we sign off for the weekend and turn things over to Off the Bench with Sean and Lucas, and they will take it from 2 until 5. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Kind of a quiet night overall last night.
How about the NFL schedule?
Yeah,
You're not into it like I am.
No, I'm really not. You're a planner. You like to look not just weeks, months.
Thanksgiving.
Sometimes it feels like years ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm more in the here now. I'm living in the moment.
Yeah.
And when we get there, though, I mentioned yesterday to Cappy, was taking a look at that potential Chicago trip.
Did it come to fruition? Was it?
It did, yes.
Nice.
The Buccaneers are going to Chicago for Sunday Night Football that week. Then I get a text from a buddy, group of big Bears fans. Hey, we're actually thinking about going to the Atlanta Sunday night game. So wheels are turning, figuring things out. That's also the Iowa bye week this year.
Oh, that would work out well for you.
Yes.
But it would also work out for you to go see Northwestern in Ryan Stadium, or Ryan Field.
Ryan Field, yeah.
It looks, if it's anything like the renderings, it's gonna be pretty nice.
Now, I do wonder, any idea what tickets are going to cost at Northwestern?
Well, the capacity's what? It's not very big.
It's not.
Is it 35 or 40?
35, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that is something that is maybe going to change.
And Hawkeye fans will travel.
Yes, they will.
It's Chicago.
We've seen it plenty of times before. Looking right now, single game tickets on the Northwestern website. They are available. Are they available for the Iowa game, though? That is the biggest question. No events currently on sale through their website.
Okay.
So what is their season ticket base?
Oh, it's a great question. How the hell would I know?
Right.
How would anybody
I mean,
know?
you talk about a huge question. I remember going there years and years ago, probably 2010, something in that range. And it was a tough ticket. And
Was it?
It was because Iowa fans
I was going to say, probably
were buying it
so.
up.
Yeah.
It was coming off, I think it was 2010, so coming off the successful 2009.
And who doesn't want to spend a weekend in Chicago?
Absolutely. Absolutely great place, obviously, in the fall, incredible. And now at 35,000, newer stadium, it's not just going to be Northwestern people. I'm sure there's plenty of people in Chicago that just want to check it out.
Right.
That's a pretty good weekend to maybe potentially do that.
And maybe you stay over Monday and go to the Cubs parade.
Oh, you got that one planned too.
Well, that's a little
You get one win all of a sudden against the Braves, and here we go. We're right back on the parade train.
But no, all kidding aside, that'd be a pretty cool weekend. You might be a full bus.
Yes.
Have you thought about that?
I have a little bit.
But then, I mean, group tickets in a stadium that seats only 35,000 for, I'm sure that you could do it for the Bears.
Right. Yeah.
But it's another thing to be able to, go back to back. Maybe they're on their own for their Northwestern tickets.
Right.
Maybe you don't want to go. But then why would you get on the bus?
Right. People
Yeah.
can figure it out anymore. It's
Yeah.
different than it once was too, where tickets were much more difficult to get.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can hop on Ticketmaster, StubHub, whatever, and get their own. But yeah, if you're going to do the package, I think a lot of people just like, having it all done for them too.
Mhm. We did it here twice. We went to a Brewers Phillies series in Milwaukee,
Okay.
and we took a busload. No, that was in conjunction with Prairie Meadows, I think.
Okay.
To the Twins. Well, they're still to Dome.
Okay. Yeah. We're going back.
I think it was Vikings Jacksonville, but it's fun.
Mhm.
It's
They
fun.
are. Yeah.
That's absolutely. You get the right people, and
Mhm.
I've been fortunate enough to have the right people on both trips. Anyways, so from last night, no NBA last night. NHL, the Ducks are eliminated. The Golden Knights move on. I'm starting to think, and I won't spend a ton of time on it, but I'm not so sure that the cakewalk to the Western Conference through the Western Conference is going to be as easy as I once thought.
Okay.
Las Vegas is playing really good hockey. And I think it has a lot to do with the coaching change they made with like 5 games left in the regular season.
So wild.
It really, truly is. John Tortorella leaves ESPN and takes over behind the bench with the Golden Knights. They're playing really well. Look, Colorado is a juggernaut, but I think it's going to be a series. I really do. We shall see where that goes. But the NFL schedule from I think was the big news yesterday. Obviously, I looked a lot at my team. I looked at your team. I looked at the Thanksgiving 5-pack that they're now putting in front of us. And I know it's not for everybody, and it's a big ask. I get it, because I mean, family comes first for most people, assuming that you still have family left, that they haven't all grown up and gone. Like it's my case. But it's going to be tough to watch all of that. And then on Friday, for people in the state of Iowa that root for the black and gold,
Yep.
because I'm guessing, when do you think Iowa, Nebraska will kick off? 11 or 2:30?
I think 11. I think
that would be optimum for
Yes.
for a fan of either the Steelers or the Broncos.
because the CBS game has been the last 2 years now since the new contract, or was last year number 1? No, it's year number 2, the new contract. And I think they're kind of with the NFL now butting into
Yep.
that they're making the decision. We'll go early. We'll go at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Put under the lights that 1 year, 2 years ago
Yeah,
in Kinnick.
it was awesome.
That was chilly.
Yeah, it was. I was home in Ankeny. I was fine, but I get it.
The fireplace was working well.
Yes, it was.
Working a little overtime there.
But no, I mean, I love games at night. It just elevates it a little bit. I don't know what it is. At least it does for me. I'm not sure. That's obviously a personal taste, but I love them. I do. So that was pretty cool. Let me run Denver's first 6 games by you.
Okay.
See what you think about the.
Bo Nix is back.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Let's say he's going to be back. Here's their first 6. Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Loss.
But maybe Mahomes doesn't play.
Loss.
Okay.
Justin Fields gets him.
Well, and Bo Nix is hurt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, both quarterbacks, a little question mark. Week 2, 13-4 Jacksonville.
Yeah, they'll take a step back. Win.
Week 3, 12-5 Rams.
1 and 2.
Week 4, at 12-5 Niners.
Who are going to be healthy at this
Who are
point?
going to be healthy at this point.
1 and 3.
At 11-6 Chargers.
They'll get a win there.
Home to the defending Super Bowl champions.
Who did they piss off?
That's what you get when you have the first place schedule.
And now you get at Arizona after that. Feels very winnable.
Right.
Then you hope for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Toss-up game.
See, I think if you get through 3-3,
Mhm.
then the next group of 6, you're 4-2, 5-1. I don't think that's crazy.
All right. Looking through. Yeah, very winnable games. Absolutely.
And then there's a 5-pack left. The first 2 of the 5 are, I think, layoffs.
They're both road games, though.
Okay.
Traveling across the country to the Jets.
Yep. I mean,
Then you're traveling back home and then over to Vegas.
and Vegas will be full of Bronco fans.
Very winnable
Right.
games.
And then the last 3 are you've got the Patriots on the road, week 17.
Bills before that at home.
Right. Bills, Patriots, home to Chargers.
It's a tough schedule.
It's a tough schedule.
That's a tough schedule.
Yeah, can you find 10?
Yeah.
I think probably the ceiling's 10.
Sounds about right.
I think it is.
I think that's fair.
Yep, I think it is. What's Circa going to do on Thanksgiving? Are they going to lump
Thanksgiving
5
schedule.
together, 5 games together
I think
for
so.
Survivor?
I think that's the route to go.
So you put the New Year's Eve, the Thanksgiving Eve,
Uh-huh.
which is, who is it? Is it Steelers, Packers?
No, Thanksgiving Eve
No,
is
Steelers play the Broncos.
Green Bay at the Rams.
Maybe at the Rams on Thanksgiving Eve. I wasn't close.
Yes.
Okay, then go to the next day.
Then we get Chicago at Detroit,
Love it.
Philly at Dallas.
Love it.
Kansas City at Buffalo.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What a slate.
A lot of turkey.
Oh
and
my
mashed
God.
potatoes. And away we go.
And then Black Friday is Bronco at Steeler.
Yes. You got to put those 5 together. Don't you? Or do you 4?
Which one do you squeeze into Sunday? Probably the
Black
last one,
Friday.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Friday. I think it'll be all 5. I think
You
that's
think
the direction
that'll
that
be
they're
all
going to
5?
go. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at that Sunday early slate, because that's the pushback you're getting from a lot of NFL fans. And you
Yes.
brought it up too, is at the expense of moving all of these games to a Wednesday night, to a Christmas day. You have to get them from somewhere.
All right. So
This is week 12, correct?
week 12,
Noon.
Sunday, November 29th. Your window includes 6 games. All right,
Okay.
not bad.
Not bad. What are the 6 games?
Saints at the Bengals.
Stinker.
Vegas at Cleveland.
Oh my God.
Giants at Indy.
Keep going.
Jets at Miami.
Oh my God.
Here's one.
Okay.
Atlanta at Minnesota.
So far, the best one of the 6 by a mile.
And Baltimore at Houston.
Okay, not bad.
Couple of decent games. One that's easy to put on the AFC package, one on the NFC
Yes.
package. Boom, you're good.
Not bad at all.
And then your late afternoon,
How many in the late afternoon?
there's 3.
Okay.
The 4:05 game, Tennessee at Jacksonville. Snooze
3:05
fest.
our time. Yep. But Snooze Fest. Yep.
Washington at Arizona. But Seattle at San Francisco.
That's where everybody's going to be.
Yeah.
Do the next week.
All right. Then we go to week 13.
No, you know what? Because we don't lose anything. Go to Christmas.
Go to Christmas. All right. Christmas is.
Tom Kakert, have you guys called? No, Tom. We're an hour early, dude. Did you put up 12:05?
I don't think so.
Oh, sorry, Tom. I'll just 102. Okay, go to Christmas.
Christmas. All right. So we have the Christmas Eve game this year.
Yeah.
That'll be on Thursday.
And that is
Houston at Philly.
okay.
Should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Then we go to Christmas Day.
And that's a Friday.
Noon game. Bears hosting the Packers. Must watch.
How are you going to watch that?
Kids will have the presents open at that time. They're off playing with their new stuff. We're
Are
good.
you sure?
We're good.
Okay.
Now, the Christmas Eve game is going to be a little bit more difficult because we're always traveling.
You're traveling and then you're
Yes,
wrapping and,
yes.
you're building.
Yes, absolutely.
At their age, do you still have to put toys together? I mean,
yeah.
but not as many, right?
Not as many. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as labor intensive, but
Mhm.
my wife makes things very labor intensive.
Yeah.
She goes overboard, which is great.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
her for the kids.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes hate it for me.
Christmas is for kids.
Absolutely. And she does an incredible job. So after the Bears Packers finish up 3:30, your Broncos
Mm-hmm.
hosting the Bills. What a great game.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And then the nightcap. Well, maybe we can
And
get
those
away.
2 are on Netflix, correct?
Yes. The late game then is on Fox. 7:15, Rams at the Seahawks.
Holy mackerel. All right. Now, Sunday, what does that leave us with?
Well, this is interesting because there are 4 games that are listed TBA.
Oh, this is a flex week.
Because we have the Saturday games also this week. Potentially, and what is it, 2 or 3 games?
2, I think.
2 go to Saturday.
So 2 of 4, you said?
2 of 4. These are your opportunities. 2 of these will be on Saturday, the 26th.
And are they on network? They have to be on network.
It's
though.
not listed here what
Okay,
network
okay.
yet. Are
But-
these
but it's-
NFL? Is this the NFL Network exclusive games? I believe it may be.
Okay. That's good. The NFL Network's on TV.
Bengals at the Colts, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Tampa at Atlanta, very well could have NFC South
Huge.
ramifications.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Commanders at Minnesota. I think we
Okay.
like both of those teams
Yeah.
to take a step forward this
Yeah.
year. 2 years ago, it would have been an elite game.
Yeah.
And Carolina at Pittsburgh,
What kind of hopes do you have for Pittsburgh this year?
I think be okay.
Do you? Like when you say, okay, 9-8, 10-7?
8-9, 9-8.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in that
Yeah.
range. But I think 4 decent games. You only have to choose 2 of them.
Mhm.
That's pretty good. And the other
so
2
the
go to
other
early.
2 would go to noon probably, right?
Yes, looking through here, yeah, they're all Midwest or East Coast teams. So yes,
Mhm.
pretty easy to put them in that window because right now there's 4 scheduled for their early window. Chargers at Miami,
You know,
Arizona at New Orleans,
Oh my
gross.
God.
Patriots at the Jets,
Gross.
yuck. Cleveland at Baltimore, at least a little rivalry factor to that.
Maybe. Yeah.
Your late afternoon scheduled game that weekend for national broadcast is the Chiefs hosting the Niners. That's a good game.
That's
too.
a good game.
That's a really good game.
They love the Chiefs. The
Yes.
Chiefs, they've got, I saw this earlier. How many times the Chiefs, they've got like 5 Sunday nighters?
5 Sunday nighters. Okay.
4. It's crazy how many times that they're either in the 3:25 window
Mhm.
on Sunday night or on Monday night. And it's a non-playoff team.
I found these nuggets interesting. The Jets do not have a primetime game. Go.
No, there's 5 teams that don't.
The Jets don't for the first time since
Wow.
1981.
Really?
That is
The Jets were in primetime that many so does that include Thursday
yes,
too?
yes.
Okay, and that was mandated up until this year?
maybe the last couple, but yeah,
Maybe?
recently, yes, absolutely. Still,
As bad as they were in prime. That had to be a Thursday night game.
well, and a lot of times, I mean, we didn't have Thursday night games going back from
No.
81 through
No.
2005,
Yeah.
whatever that started when we got the annual Thursday games.
Which started on the NFL Network, right? Isn't that where they started?
Yeah. And there was a couple of one-offs, I think, throughout the years, but overall, yeah, that has not been obviously a big window. Found that one interesting. And also, how about this?
Okay.
The Bengals, who I know you got to bet on
Sure, every year.
every year.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's first 7 games of the year will take place at noon. Their first 7. Then their next game is at 8:30 a.m. They'll be played over in Spain.
Spain.
In Spain, yes.
I've never played in Spain.
Not Madrid, Iowa, Madrid, Spain.
Did anyone get confused?
There was some confusion. I
Was
saw.
there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I saw Iowa chill with a good joke.
Oh, is that
I don't know
right?
if they're going to be able to accommodate these teams when they make their way to Madrid.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow won't get a primetime game until Sunday Night Football on November 15th.
And here's the thing. He's not going to make it.
Oh, no. Oh,
And
no.
He always gets hurt. He always gets hurt. I hate to
Don't
say
put
it.
that stink on him.
I don't want to. He's my favorite quarterback in the league.
He's so fun to watch.
He really is. If you're a fan of these 5 teams, the NFL says, wait till next year. These teams have 0 primetime games.
All right.
The Jets,
Uh-huh.
the Titans, the Raiders, the Cardinals, and the Fish. Of that 5-pack, Jets, Titans, Raiders, Cardinals, Dolphins, who is the most likely to have a game flexed to prime time?
I think
None, or A, or whichever,
Yes.
or none of the above.
I'm going to steal your answer. It's Vegas.
It's Vegas.
It's Raiders.
Yeah.
The division they're in.
Yep.
Even if they're okay.
Yep.
Even if they might be
Got a great offseason.
5-8.
See, I
But-
think they're going to be better.
I think they are. But even if they're that and they have a stinker on one of those primetime games, you can at least kind of talk yourself into it.
Mhm,
We got Mendoza. He's out there starting.
Yeah.
He's starting to play well.
Yeah.
I think there's more ideas, more kind of talking points that you can get through with the Raiders as opposed to those other teams.
Here's the new flex rules for this year. Sunday night football, weeks 5 to 10 can be flexed 12 days out. Sunday night football, weeks 12 to 18, it's a 6-day notice. Monday night football can be flexed weeks 12 to 17 on 12 days. And I don't get this one. Thursday night football in either week 13, 14, or 15, you have to give them a month's notice.
13, 14,
And who
15.
are those games? Do you have those?
So that is right after we get through Thanksgiving. So I'm sure that's kind of the reason. All right, it shapes up. And you know what? Patrick Mahomes, it didn't happen. I'm going to give music to your ears. He re-tears the ACL.
He did, huh?
Yeah. And you know what? We got this prime timer. Hey, we got a month lead up to let whatever stadium get staffed and all that.
Okay.
I think that's the theory behind it.
Okay.
I-
I would rather him be benched for poor performance. I'm not wishing for an injury.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well-
Justin Fields beats him out in August. Look out. Who was the quarterback that they drafted? They drafted, was it Nussmeier?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Nussmeier's just too good to keep off
No,
the field?
no. Was it Nussmeier? Who went to the Cardinals?
I don't even remember now.
Somebody, I thought not a good quarterback.
Well, a name
it
that
was
we
Beck.
know.
Was Beck.
It was Nussmeier. Yep.
It was Nussmeier.
Yep. Pick 249, 7th round.
Mm-hmm.
Nussmeier's just too good. Sorry, Patrick. And they're struggling a little bit. Year number 1 of the rookie. If that plays out, then there's the flex opportunity that is there. Bears schedule's tough. Broncos schedule's tough.
Mm-hmm.
They won so many close games.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a disappointing year.
Well, here's the thing. They cannot possibly win the turnover battle like they did last year.
Absolutely.
It was as disproportionate a stat as you're ever going to see.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see that happening. We'll see where it goes. Speaking of where it goes, and this probably will get to Cap. Well, we should know by next time we talk to Cappy next week. The NFL and their league meetings, they on the agenda is where the Bears are going to play.
Oh, really?
And it's you know what, to get off the pot. Time.
Yes, absolutely it is.
They have pushed for an answer, and that answer is going to come next week. Is it going to be Indiana? Is it going to be Arlington Heights? Is there a way they stay there?
No.
You think for sure they're moving? It's just where they're moving to.
I think so. it's too much money at stake.
Mhm.
You look at luxury suites, the way things have changed. It's one of the smallest, if not the smallest stadium in the NFL. They don't own the stadium. Where the money is owning that stadium.
Yep.
It's happening. It's going to be Arlington
I think it
Heights.
is too.
They own the land. They just got to get the
Yep.
tax breaks that are necessary.
Mhm.
And it is necessary. Cappy's told us before.
Yeah,
The Rams pay the highest tax rate, as you'd anticipate,
sure.
in LA,
Yep.
just over $10 million a year. In the current structure, with a stadium like they want to build in Arlington Heights, the Bears, and again, since they own it,
And the Rams pay how much?
little over 10.
And this is the high water mark.
That's the most in the NFL.
Mhm.
Would be over $100 million a year. Come on.
Yeah, that's a little out of whack, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, let's do this. We'll go to break. We'll catch up with our friend Mike Palm on the other side. Cubs, Sox this weekend. And the weather's awful in Chicago this weekend. I mean, we're going to do the chicken coop, and I wanted desperately to put White Sox Cubs as part of it.
Mhm.
I just don't think we can because we're flirting with the weather. It's
The
going to be
weather.
nice today, but 95% chance of rain tomorrow.
Well, how about you do this? Use that as a tiebreaker, and you use.
Well, I got Caitlin Clark points, rebounds, and assists.
You're going that direction.
Yeah.
You still, no. Who wins series? Who wins the first game of the series
Tonight?
Well, it might be Saturday.
Could be. It could be.
That's
Tonight's
the-
the night's day.
That's the
All right.
phrasing that you use. See, you gotta work around those things a little bit. You got to use your lawyer brain, Mr. Ken Miller Esquire over there.
Right. All right, that'll be part of it. I'll put that in there. Game tonight. I'd like to do over under number of fights
In the stands.
because the Sox are feeling pretty good about
Yes,
their
they
team,
are.
right?
Man, saw an ugly jersey down on the second floor earlier today. Sean Roberts.
He had to let me in. I forgot my key card.
Oh, really?
So I saw when he came and left. Yeah, he's proud of that. So look, the Sox are playing well.
They are playing well.
They're going to fly over their 66.5 number
Yes.
win total.
Yeah. Cashing, already counting that money.
No, well, I can't. I've already lost. It was part of one of my basketball free squares. Didn't come on. Didn't
Duke
have
Final
it.
Four?
Yeah, Duke Final Four or
UConn women.
UConn women.
Yep.
That was the other one. Ay, ay, ay. All right, we'll take a time out. We will go to this opportunity right now for you. You can head to kxno.com or whatever station you're listening to. That website, once you get to it, a pop-up box will appear. And in the pop-up box, type the keyword cash, CASH. That's your opportunity to win $1,000 cash at kxno.com. Another opportunity coming up in the 1 o'clock hour and then throughout the afternoon with Lucas and Sean.
So you've talked plenty when we go back to the schedule about the Lions. You love the Lions, the last place schedule.
Yes.
Just had a caller that's a Lions fan.
All right.
I think that's our guy in Ankeny. Isn't that the guy that calls in that's a Lions fan? I think that's who it is.
Okay. What did he say? I haven't looked at the Lions.
So he went through all the games because
Yeah.
they're all listed now outside
Yeah.
of week 18. I
Right.
think both FanDuel and DraftKings has every game up that you can wager on.
I saw that. I've got the list in front of me.
And the Lions are favored in, I think he said 14 of 17.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Let me find it here. Where are the Lions?
14 of 17.
Wow. There they are. They are favored. Oh, my God. They're favored a bunch, Trent. He's not kidding.
Yeah. Pretty good schedule for them.
It is.
Have they
Could
fixed,
this be the year?
No. Have they fixed the offensive line enough?
Who's week 2?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to.
They're getting 3 points in week 2.
That's one of the games that they're a dog in.
Yeah.
Week 2, as I scroll through, Detroit is
Let's
at Buffalo.
Okay, I can see that. Let's do this for we do enough Lions. They would then be a dog again in. Man, they're favored every game until week 17.
It's not bad.
Week 17 is who?
Week 17. Let me click back to the Lions. If it'll load up for
This
me.
is from DraftKings.
14 to 17. It's not loading up for me, but good schedule.
Yeah.
You like those win totals?
I do. Well, I like the future on the Super Bowl better.
Better price, but you put a bunch together.
Do you think that bettors that wait for the schedule to come out, do you think they instantly, once they were able to absorb the schedule
I think so, yeah.
and got on?
Yeah.
I wonder what team moved. Well, we'll ask Mike Palmer when he joins us. 12:25. Keyword this hour was cash at kxno.com, whatever station you are listening to. Miller and Condon talking sports. Glad you're with us on the Iowa Sports Radio Network.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number.
It just needs a little elbow grease and a whole lot of watts. Don't get your wires crossed. Can you feel the electricity? Ronnie doesn't always make the best life decisions, but even Ronnie knows to never dig without contacting Iowa One Call first.
Gracie Abrams has a brand new song. And it's on the newly released playlist on the free iHeartRadio app. Your no-cost destination to hear all of the songs that were just released, including Drake,
Atlanta, tell you about my run, you know what I'm saying?
Megan Maroney,
You'll call me the traitor.
The Strokes, Maluma, and so much more. Open the free iHeartRadio app and search new to listen now.
Ken and Trent are back in 60 seconds right here on 106.3 KXNO.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
You're listening to Miller and Condon. Defense in, wide open on 106.3 KXNO and the Iowa Sports Radio Network.
Hi, 1230 Miller and Condon. Welcome back. Iowa Sports Radio Network. Mike Palm, VP of Operations, Circa Sports momentarily. Just finishing up from our first segment. The Lions will be dogs week 17 at your Bears.
Yes.
Week 18 at the Packers.
Okay.
And then week number 2. Let's get to Mike Palm, VP of Operations at Circa Sports. Hello, Mike Palm. Happy schedule release day after. How are you?
I'm good. You know, I want to take an opportunity to wish a belated happy Mother's Day to all those wonderful mothers out there in the state of Iowa, especially Margaret Nolan McCaffrey.
Yeah. Well, that went over well. Yeah. She had quite a week here in central Iowa, Mike Palm. I appreciate you paying attention. So obviously the schedule comes out and you guys, I'm sure, huddled right away when you saw it, just dotting I's, crossing T's, last minute adjustments to Survivor. Once the schedule was official, did you have to make significant changes, or were you pretty well buttoned up and ready to go, and what you anticipated was kind of what was released?
So what we anticipated was what was released. Jeff Benson's done a great job of crossing the T's and dotting the I's in writing the rules. We want to try to get them out to the lawyers by this afternoon so that they can come back with any comments, because we're going to, Derek and I will officially tell everybody the details on Tuesday at 4 Central on Follow the Money on VSiN with Mitch and Paul. So we want to have those all signed off on by the lawyers, but not every detail has been decided, and there's still a pretty ferocious debate about one aspect of Survivor that has not been settled yet.
Well, so just let me ask this question, because I saw a piece on X, and it was Derek, and it was Yeomans, and it was Tim Murray, and I'm not sure who the other guy was, and they were trying to speculate about Thanksgiving. Will it be week, I think it's 12A, 12B, and then Derek let this out at the very end, or what about week C? And then he didn't go any further, which got a lot of people who played this contest wheels turning. Is that what you're referring to, Mike, potentially, or can you say?
Yeah, but what I don't know how you could make 3 weeks.
I agree.
Because there's a big problem. There's not Saturday games. If there were 2 Saturday games, you could say Wednesday with the 3 Thursdays is a week, Friday with the 2 Saturdays is a week, and Sunday, Monday is a week. But there's no Saturdays.
Right.
So let's face it. We have to figure out where the Black Friday game is going to go. Is it going to go in 12A or is it going to go in 12B?
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at 12B. That's a really tough week, 12B.
Yeah. I'll say. Do you think you'd ever get to a point, Mike, where one of the weeks is a standalone game, or is that unfair?
It's very unfair. It's very, very, very unfair. And I think it takes the gamesmanship out of it, that everybody is limited to say 1 of 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the gameplay is there. And what happens? We've seen it before. What happens if for some godforsaken reason that game gets postponed to another week? Now the contest is over.
Mm.
So it's bad enough when we had 2 a couple times. So no, I don't ever think there'll be 1 game as a week upon itself.
Gotcha.
We know that there's many places out there that are going to lay a line for everything. Now, limits are going to be incredibly low for all those games through the week 17 or even week 18. But when it comes to the futures market, do you guys have any whales, any big clients, just even everyday players that are lining up, waiting for the schedule, looking how it kind of plays out for different teams? And then I'm going to play them to win the division. Now I see how this plays out. I'm going to play their win total. Do you have a bunch of people, or is that a really small percentage?
A small number, but people, there's 2 significant things that happen that spur future betting in the NFL during the offseason. One is the draft, and then the second one is the schedule release. And those are the 2 things that cause people to bet into the future market, whether it be division, conference, Super Bowl, or win totals. And so, we'll see how it plays out in the next, 48 to 72 hours if we see any significant action based off the schedule release where folks just say, this was just a really tough draw for this team. I mean, basically, and they leak a lot out.
Yeah.
But you know the order of the games, right? So, and then people will want to, bet into certain games. I don't get it betting into game in week 11 or whatever these. And you're right, Trent. They're very small limits right now.
Yeah.
The thing that stood out to me when looking at the week 1 lines is, how are the Packers favored in Minnesota? They never win in Minnesota.
Mm. Yeah, fair. We'll see. Am I crazy to think the Raiders are going to be better? I'm not saying they're a playoff team. I think that they're going to take a big step forward, Mike. Maybe flirt with 500. Well, you can't be 5. Maybe flirt with 8 and 9. Is that crazy to think? What's kind of the buzz around that team in Vegas?
Well, how many wins do you think they're going to have in their division, though, Ken? That's the problem.
Win a couple, maybe.
Who are the weak spots? Yeah, so they go 2 and 4. You're going to find 6 other wins for them. I don't know. I mean, I think they're going to be better. Does that mean they're going to be 2 or 3 games better? Maybe. Does that mean, at least through the first 2 months of the year, there's still hope? Maybe. I don't know. I still think they have a lot of things to fix. And, we'll see. They think they have their quarterback of the future.
Mm-hmm.
They certainly have a guy in Cousins that has been through it. And, I know he's had injuries in recent years, but he certainly can stand in if you need him to. So we hope they're more competitive, obviously.
Would you?
Because a team that gets out of the race right away doesn't generate any entry.
No, you're 1,000% right. Would you bet Mendoza in the Rookie of the Year market, knowing he's probably going to sit early?
That's the problem. He's, I like to bet guys where the teams have come out and said they're going to be the starter, right? They're going to be the starter. I don't think he's going to be the starter. So now he's got to catch up statistically. And it comes down to statistics. This Rookie of the Year thing is probably more about statistics than the other awards are, because not everybody plays the same number of games.
Mike Palm, VP of Operations at Circa Sports. So we'll know on Tuesday. Let me ask you about Grandissimo. 69 players participated last year. I still think that there was probably some, not confusion, but maybe some people didn't realize that the contest was even available. Some people that, play at that level. How big is it going to be this year, Mike?
There might have been people that were out here in the summer who said, I don't know if are they even going to get $1 million in there, $1.5 million, and didn't get in. And then, you find out in late August, oh yeah, it's going to be 3 million, 4 million, ends up being almost 7 million. I really believe it will double, Kenny. I just, in my mind's eye, think that it will get to at least 14 million. Jeez. I could be wrong. I would be shocked if it's less than 10, but I don't see any, if something's successful, the biggest year of growth is between years 1 and 2. So I think there was a bit of lack of brand awareness. And so I think there's a lot of tailwinds for these contests. Look, the Westgate getting taken over by Caesars can't be a bad thing for us either.
Right. Because they just don't operate them.
Speaking of that, the Westgate had a college contest for the first time in years, jumped aboard on that one and finished middle of the pack and didn't, of course, make any money. Anything at Circa that you guys are circling around and potentially, much like we have with the Millions contest, that was similar of what they had out there with the college contest?
No, we're not. And I tell you, the ideas that we've looked at in the last 2 months are about Survivor for other sports, not about a Millions type contest for college football.
Mm-hmm. I know you've at least kicked the tires on the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Did that get any traction, or is it too difficult, Mike?
It just seems so very hard. I think we'll probably take a shot at it at some point, but it's really, really, really difficult to do. It's a very finite window. Obviously, you have to come to Nevada between Selection Sunday and the first Thursday of the tournament.
That's a big ask.
Now, could you do something in the state of Iowa, or would you have to do each of your individual states that Circa operates in? Are there certain states that you'd be able to get away with that and don't have to be within these state lines in order to enter those contests? Any idea on that front?
No, you'd have to do it for each state, and then you can't guarantee because it's too small.
Right.
So it defeats the purpose of it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Mike Palm, VP of Operations at Circa Sports. All right, let's you and I talk a little hockey. Mike, I got to tell you, watching the Golden Knights, and I've thought that, I thought the Wild would give the Avs a series, and when I was dead wrong there, just backed up the point that Colorado is just a wagon right now. But the more I watch this Golden Knights team, the more I've convinced that this is going to be a series. I'm not saying they're going to beat Colorado, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as maybe Avs fans hope it's going to be. I love the way the Golden Knights are playing.
Well, they got to get everybody back. They need Stone.
Yeah,
they've got to be at full strength in order to push this series. They played well against Colorado this year. They beat them in Colorado and Denver. But they have to be at full strength. This isn't a young Utah or a young Anaheim team that they're going up against here. It's a team that's they're, they always say the Knights' advantage is they know how to win. They're Stanley Cup champs. Well, so are the Avs, right? So they know how to win, and the Avs have the best player. So I mean, if you wanted to get in on the Avs now, I wouldn't bet plus 110 to win the Cup. I would certainly take McKinnon for Conn Smythe at 2-1. I think is a much better bet. I don't think they can beat Colorado. Maybe they can push them to 6. But I also thought that Utah and Anaheim were kind of coin flips with them, and the Knights won them both in 6. So you got to give them credit for that.
Big layoff off till Wednesday. Advantage Colorado, advantage Vegas. This long layoff as we'll get game 1 going on May 20th.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit advantage Vegas to try to get healthy. But it's certainly a momentum killer for the sport. It's just awful that we've got to wait till Wednesday.
Yeah. We might get a game Monday, a game 7, but that's assuming Buffalo goes to Montreal tomorrow night and wins, and I don't believe they will, the way Montreal's playing right now. And then we'll have to wait for that until, when would that go? Tuesday, or would that be Thursday? I think that might be Tuesday if it's Montreal. If there's a game 7, we'll have to wait until Thursday. Yeah. I just broke up there. Mike Palm, VP of Operations, Circa Sports. What will Circa Sports Illinois be like as far as right tonight on White Sox Cubs? White Sox, their fans are starting to come from out of the woodwork. It's a good time to be a White Sox fan. How busy will Illinois be tonight, Mike?
Well, it's exciting because they're in a division they can win, the god-awful division. It might be just them and the Guardians. I don't know, unless Detroit rights the ship here pretty quick. And maybe I heard Scooble might be back before 2 months. I mean, obviously that would be a big help. But it's fun. So both fan bases are really energized right now. And I would just take the Sox if you're going to play this series just based on the prices here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've got a good young team. They get on base. You know that they've had the lead at some point in their last 15 games. Now, I know they've won 5 in a row, but they've had the lead in 15 straight games. You know, that Sir Anthony Dominguez has been, I think, a bust as a closer. I mean, he got the save the other night, but he gave up 2 runs. They got to shore up the bullpen a little bit. I like the young staff. I got to tell you, I like the young starting staff, and it's exciting. And if you live in Chicago, you absolutely should go to the South Side to watch the Sox play, so you don't have to listen to John Schrippen on TV.
Well done. I totally agree there. Is Atlanta the best team in baseball?
Looks like it.
I think so.
But there's no way to judge the Dodgers until October because they just don't care. Nobody. The only Dodger that's concerned about anything is Ohtani's trying hard to win a Cy Young, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, these guys say, wake me up in September. So, but so far, Atlanta's certainly been the most consistent team. And boy, Sale did not have good stuff, and he was in trouble every inning, and he just fought his way through it last night. It's amazing what he's doing at his age.
It happens every year. They'll have the Dodgers a down streak. Ken will come in freaking out. It's not going to happen this year. And I tell him to relax, and then it does every single year. But because of that, is it worth right now? You can get the Padres at Circa. You're not getting that at any other shop. 10-1 at Circa for the Padres to win the division. Is it worth it to put that in your back pocket?
No, it's missing a 0. I mean, look, Tatis still doesn't have a home run.
Yes.
They've
Machado's been awful.
really well, but they're not hitting the ball. Their stars aren't hitting the ball. So, I mean, you can make the argument they're going to wake up, or is it chemical related? So, I don't think so. I don't think, if I would lay a price, I'd lay like 3.5 games Dodgers over Padres. I just don't think that they're going to be right there at the end.
We'll get you out of here on this. Any chance that we get a game 7 T-Wolves Spurs, or is this thing over tonight?
I think there's a chance. Look, I would have pulled the start. I know they made the run early in the third quarter and they got it even, but then they went 6 straight empty trips.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he still had the guys in the fourth quarter. I always thought that 5 was going to be a giveaway game, same as 2. You've got the win at home in game 6, and then your only hope is that a young Spurs team would be tight in a game 7 at home and just not play well. It's just so hard to defend them. They have the shooters, and then how you can't defend Wembayama. You can't. You just have to let Gobert try to defend him and not help, because anytime you help, he's going to hit the guy for a dunk.
It's unbelievable. By the way, the signups are going exceptionally well for the silver ticket promotion. Incredibly well. Look forward to that. Mike Palm, you have a great week. Can't wait to hear all the Survivor details. You'll share them with us next Friday when you join us. But prior to that, Tuesday night on VSiN at 4:00 Central Time. Thank you, Mike Palm. Have a great weekend. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. Enjoy it.
Yep, good to talk to you. Mike Palm, VP of Operations at Circa Sports. So more on that contest real quick, TC. Go to KXNO.com.
Yep, get signed up there. You'll see the link, and away you go. Sign up there. No purchase necessary. And what it is we got a bunch of winners. A grand prize winner will get airfare 4 days, 3 nights at Circa, along with a day bed for 2 of the days. You're going to get a $250 food and beverage credit voucher that you'll be able to use at all the different things at Circa. We're going to be hanging out with VIP experiences up at Legacy Club. We're going to have the sports book and a bunch of booths set up, and we're going to be there too. Ken will come out. Yep. I'll be there. Sean, Lucas, and still working on that morning show.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
It's tough for them.
Well, and Heather's in Canada the week before, right? She's got one of those railroad trips.
We need to get Alec out there at least for 2 days. If he can't do the full trip, that's fine.
Right.
Come out for a couple of days. Do a show.
Yes.
There. Do something like that.
Get up at 3 o'clock in the morning Pacific time and go do your show.
Well, and that Allegiant flight.
Or better yet, stay up.
Well, that's the thing. That Allegiant flight, we don't get there until like 11 o'clock Pacific time on Sunday night.
I couldn't take that flight.
Just stay up. Just stay up throughout the night. We'll have some fun. Do your show, and then you're good. Then he can go sleep. Come on, Alec. Bussy.
Come on, kid.
Be a team player. You're young.
That's right.
Old men can do it. You can do it.
That's right.
He's an Illinois grad. Of course, he's weak.
We'll take a timeout, but before that, phone lines are open. You haven't played in the chicken coop. Let's give you an opportunity right now. We'll have to hustle 515-284-5966. First 4 callers, if you want to play for the chicken coop giveaway, now's your chance to get in. 515-284-5966. Miller and Condon, Iowa Sports Radio Network.
Quick question. Want to go to Vegas with KXNO? We're giving away the Circa Silver Anniversary Experience. Flights, Circa Hotel, food money, stadium swim, sportsbook VIP access, and nights out with the KXNO crew. All for one lucky winner and a guest. And 5 more winners still get the Vegas hookup. You've got until June 28th to enter. Don't hear about it later. Be there. Only from KXNO and Circa. Sign up now at KXNO.com.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now.
KXNO.com.
You've put in the work to get that first job, moved up the ranks, or started a family. Now it's time to take your success to the next level. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we're here to help you keep that momentum going with educational programs built around real-world, in-demand career skills. We'll teach you how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science, plus timeless skills like leadership, communication, critical thinking, and more. Affordable, accredited, and online. A UMGC education fits your life, so you can keep growing while you keep going. You've succeeded before. Now succeed again. At UMGC, we believe nothing should stand in the way of your next achievement. Not doubt, not your life stage, and especially not an application fee. Just apply by June 1st, and we'll waive your application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app, it's more powerful than it looks. One tap can get you in the conversation.
You guys, are you serious?
Enter to win something amazing.
That $1,000.
Or just a request. Try it now. Just open the free iHeart Radio app.
It's showtime! This is Tony Bachhoven, the voice of the Knoxville Raceway, and I'm inviting you to the sprint car capital of the world. Catch the Lighton State Bank 410 sprint cars, the Randall Roofing 360s, plus the high-flying Pro Sprint Series sprint cars. This week is Denison Racing Tees and Jersey Freeze Night.
We interrupt this program to tell you that Marshall, Poweshiek, and Jasper County residents are free this week. Check out KnoxvilleRaceway.com.
Knoxville Raceway, we're the one.
What if your next favorite hobby came with a built-in crew? That's cornhole. Whether you're brand new to the game or just looking for an excuse to get outside, there's a whole world of players out there ready to welcome you in. Local leagues, weekend tournaments, backyard throwdowns. It's all happening near you. Find your people at your next event at iPlayCornhole.com/events. New hobby, new friends. Same you, just having a lot more fun.
Hey everyone, Chef Brandon here. The Burger Shed is your go-to for handcrafted burgers and real ice cream shakes. Try the Shed Burger, stacked high with smoked brisket, the Farmhouse Burger with a fried egg, hash browns, and bacon jam, or the cheesy Mac Attack. We've also got Shed favorites like our pork tenderloin and smoked turkey Reuben. Add in local beers and big screen TVs, and you've got the perfect spot for game day and every day. Burger Shed, Bass Pro Drive in Altoona. Burgers, beers, and a whole bunch of BS.
80 years. That's how long Hawkeye Truck Equipment has been keeping Iowa's trucks on the job. To celebrate 8 decades, they're giving you a gift. Right now, get $80 off a Turbo Liner Spray-On Bed Liner. Just pair it with the Truxedo Low Pro or Pro X15 tonneau cover for the ultimate bed protection. It's the perfect combo to keep your gear dry and your truck looking good. Also ask about their selection of scratch and dent toolboxes, along with other discount truck accessories. Don't wait, this anniversary sale at Hawkeye Truck Equipment won't last.
At Thrasher Foundation Repair, we promise you an experience so remarkable, you'll want to leave us a 5-star review. From wet basements to bowing walls, sinking concrete to nasty crawl spaces, whatever your home's facing, you can count on Thrasher to fix it right. With over 34,000 5-star reviews and 50 years as a local family-owned company, Thrasher is a name homeowners trust. Schedule your free home inspection today at gothrasher.com.
Ken Miller, Trent Condon, Miller and Condon on 106.3 KXNO and the Iowa Sports Radio Network.
And welcome back, Iowa Sports Radio Network. Chicken Coop time, 3 locations, 12725 Meredith in Urbandale, on Oral Labor Road, just southwest of the DMAC campus, in West Des Moines 60th and Ashworth. Brian, Ross, David, and Rick. I'll give you a little heads up here. The tiebreaker question is Caitlin Clark. They host Washington tonight. Tiebreakers, Caitlin's points, rebounds, and assists combined closest without going over. Brian is up first. Hi, Brian. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Does an American win the PGA tournament?
No.
The Spurs are 5.5-point favorites over the T-Wolves tonight.
Spurs over the T-Wolves. Is this the first game of the series?
No, this is game 6.
And it's tied 3-3.
So it will be if Minnesota wins tonight. So you got Minnesota?
Who's the home team?
Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm going to take San Antonio.
Okay, good thought. Good, excellent. Cubs, White Sox, game 1. Who will win that?
Cubs.
Does an odd or even numbered horse win the Preakness tomorrow?
Oh, my gosh. I'll say odd.
There you go. Total points. This is a tiebreaker there, Brian. Total points. Caitlin, rebounds, points, and assists combined. Closest without going over.
20, 25, 8. I'll say 30.
30. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, gentlemen.
Thank you. Ross is up next. Hi, Ross.
How's it going? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, sir. American win the PGA?
Heck yeah.
Spurs 5.5 to Minnesota tonight.
Oh, we'll take the T-Wolves.
All right. Cubs, White Sox, game 1. Whenever it's played in this 3-game series, Cubs or White Sox win game 1 of this series?
Let's go Northsiders. Go Cubs.
All right. Odd or even numbered horse win the Preakness?
How many horses are there?
14.
How many odd? Are they the same number? Odd and even?
Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, I didn't know. So let's go odd.
There you go. Caitlin, points, rebounds, assists.
33.
Thanks, Ross. Enjoy the games. Enjoy your weekend, man.
Yep, everyone.
Yep. David is with Miller and Condon. Hi, David.
Hi.
American win the PGA?
Yes.
Spurs give 5.5 to the T-Wolves.
So if I take Minnesota, they cover the spread, right?
Yep.
I'll take Minnesota.
There you go. Cubs, White Sox.
White Sox.
Odd or even Preakness winner?
Odd.
Caitlin, rebounds, points, assists.
34.
Thanks, David. Enjoy the weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
And Rick is last. Hello, Rick. We might not be last. He's our last caller. Good to hear from you. Does American win the PGA?
Yeah.
Spurs 5.5 to the T-Wolves.
I'll take Spurs.
Cubs, White Sox, game 1.
Cubs.
Preakness, odd or even numbered horse is the winner.
I'm going to go odd.
Caitlin, points, rebounds, assists, closest without going over.
35.
Enjoy the weekend, Rick. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Thank you. And thank you to the Chicken Coop. Any consensus?
Yes, odd.
Odd.
Cross them all off.
Oh, it's
1,
down to
3,
7.
5, 7, 9, 11, 13.
Hour 2 is next. Miller and Condon, Iowa Sports Radio Network.
Save big money on everything at Menards. From hitches to ratchet straps and everything in between. We've got all your hauling needs covered. Smart Straps heavy-duty ratchet straps feature double hook ends and are built with high braking strength to handle the strain of cargo transport. Save big money on ratchet straps. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
What would you love to get back to? Walking the dog without pain? Finishing a round of golf? Getting through the day without stiffness slowing you down? With 9 convenient clinic locations and personalized hands-on care, their team helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to doing what you love. At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, it's not just about treating pain, it's about helping you return to the activities that make life yours. Call Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy today to schedule your appointment or visit kineticedgept.com and start moving better now.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-200-1966, 800-200-1966, or biglou.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
If you're thinking about upgrading your HVAC system, Green's Appliance Heating and Cooling is turning up the value. For a limited time, when you purchase a new qualifying HVAC system, you'll receive a free water heater included. That means improved comfort, better efficiency, and dependable hot water, all in one smart upgrade. Professional installation, trusted local technicians, and comfort you can count on. Don't miss this limited time offer. Call Greens today or schedule online at greensahc.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
Weezer wants to take you to court. The pickleball court. iHeartRadio has your chance to win a trip to New York. with premium seats to see Weezer live in concert. Plus, you're going to get to play pickleball with Weezer. All thanks to Weezer, Crush Music, and Live Nation. For your chance to win, tap the contest tab and enter while listening to us on iHeartRadio. Pack your paddle and prepare to be picked with Weezer and iHeartRadio.
KXNO 106.3 FM and 1460 AM Des Moines, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. Miller and Condon on 106.3 KXNO is sponsored by TC Sports, LLC.
This is Above the Noise. If Bryson DeChambeau and Jon Rahm hope to use the PGA Championship as a reminder of how valuable they could be when the door fully reopens to the PGA Tour, their first round did not exactly help their case. DeChambeau never truly found his footing, finishing 6 over par. For a player whose value has always been tied to not just star power, but contention, it was hardly the kind of statement performance that shifts perception. Rahm's day, a little more complicated. From a pure golf standpoint, he played solidly enough to remain relevant, but frustration became part of the conversation when an angry swing took out a divot that struck a fan, an incident that quickly overshadowed portions of his round. Rahm apologized, but the presentation has always mattered, especially with the PGA Tour. Talent remains the biggest currency, and both players have more than enough of it. But if this week was supposed to be a referendum on rebuilding momentum, neither player gained much ground yet. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. These days, everybody's searching for ways to save on insurance, scrolling comparison sites, digging through tips, chasing deals. But Liberty Mutual makes it simple. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance to save you money. And when you bundle, those savings really start to come through. It's insurance built for real people with a team that helps you keep what matters most, money. No hassle, just confidence that your coverage is customized with savings in mind. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local independent agent. Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it really easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and the best selection of General tires. Go to TireRack.com/Dan to see their General tires, test results, tire ratings, and reviews, and be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying.
Congratulations to KXNO on their silver anniversary and 25 years on the air in Iowa, being the home of sports talk radio.
We're giving you a chance to experience everything Circa has to offer with a trip along with your favorite KXNO personalities.
The next KXNO Silver Ticket Tour will bring you to Las Vegas and Circa for 4 days, 3 nights. Go to KXNO.com to sign up and have a chance to experience Circa with KXNO and the Iowa Sports Radio Network.
And we hope to see you soon at Circa.
106.3 KXNO. Ken Miller, Trent Condon. This is Miller and Condon on the Iowa Sports Radio Network.
Hour number 2, Miller and Condon. Welcome back. It's the Iowa Sports Radio Network. Whether you're listening on one of the affiliates throughout the state, Des Moines Sports Station, the flagship, 106.3 KXNO, or anywhere in the iHeart app. We'll take you until, just before 2 o'clock. Trent's Plays of the Day still to come. So is Eugene Rapay, covers Iowa State for the Des Moines Register. Eugene, bottom of the hour. Circa Sports, Trent's Plays of the Pick, about 10 minutes, or pick of the week, rather, or the day, coming up here at 10 minutes before 2. Let's go to Indiana, just outside South Bend, Tom. That's where I understand you are. Good to talk to you. What are you covering over there? An AAU basketball event? Is that it?
Yeah, Adidas has their one of their events, and this is a live weekend for coaches. The only live weekend of May that they can be out watching these things. So it's been kind of wild because I walk in and I see Matt Gayton, and then I see Tristan Spurlock. I see Andrew Francis. I see all these guys that coached at Iowa over the years wandering around. So, and Connor Wheeler from Ben McCollum's staff is here watching, and just got done watching a 4-star point guard that likes Ben McCollum.
Good.
Tell us a little bit about this 4-star, because Iowa's been heavily involved with a couple of them. The Doherty kid, maybe at the top of the list, Caden Doherty, but tell us about the recent one that you've seen and just overall where Iowa is in that point guard recruiting for the class of 27.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 of them that they're really in pretty good shape with, and the one that I talked to is Antonio Pemberton, and he's a really talented kid from the East Coast area, and he really he's about 6 foot, explosive as heck. So I'm trying to dunk on like a 6'10" guy today, and I was like, what is this? And he can jump out of the gym, and plays with. I could see him playing for Ben completely, and I talked to him just after the game that just got done, and he said, I said, what did you think of their Elite Eight run? And he goes, I was texting with Coach McCollum through the whole thing, and just talking about how he sees his vision for me in the program, and he's planning on hopefully making an official visit to Iowa this fall. So I think they're definitely in the running with him, along with Marquette. Shaka Smart was sitting courtside watching this game, so I think those are maybe 2 of his top schools. Also, Boston College is in the mix now too, with Luke Murray in charge of that program.
But before we go on, I got a couple other things. I wonder what other coaches are there. Just got this note from Sam Burnaby. Iowa is in town, the baseball team down at Principal Park to play Purdue. With the pending weather tonight, the game has been moved up 90 minutes. First pitch was scheduled for 6:30. First pitch is now going to be, let me get this right, moving to 5 o'clock from 6:30. Gates will open at 4:30. There's no pregame signing tonight because of the fact that they're moving everything up. So if you're got a ticket to go to Principal Park to see the Hawkeyes and Purdue do battle, first pitch is now 5 o'clock at Principal Park because of pending weather. Tom, how about some other guys, coaches wise? Any big names that have passed by you? Anybody you've noticed happens to be attending the event?
I haven't really noticed a lot of the head coaches it seems like everybody's down at Nike in Memphis today. So that's where Ben's at. Ben McCollum's down there. TJ's down there. I would assume. Saw new assistant for Iowa State, Tim Buckley, who was an Iowa assistant for a year under Steve Alford. He's here today too. So a lot of the assistant coaches are here today, not as many of the head coaches.
Interesting. So basketball recruiting this offseason, a lot of talk about the non-conference scheduling. Of course, the Big Ten schedule came out this week. Yeah. The 3 double plays for Iowa, Wisconsin, Ohio State, and the traditional one now with Nebraska. The road slate looks incredibly difficult. What about non-conference scheduling? What could you tell us on that front? Because there's been a lot of rumblings about a potential, maybe even a home with an SEC team.
Yeah, there's been some of those rumblings. I don't think anything's been finalized yet from what I understand, but just some talk that they're probably going to play, one of those type of games along with the Iowa State game, and you've got still got the Xavier return date too that they've got to do, and then the Creighton game at the Casey Center, and I think that would probably be close to about it. From what I understand, they're not going to do. It sounds like Thanksgiving tournament possibilities are on life support. So doesn't seem like that's. I don't know if I told you guys a story like last November when they were out in Palm Springs for the event that they played in last year. There, I asked Ben McCollum. I said, "Hey, do you have a plan for next year where you want to play for a Thanksgiving tournament?" And asked him about, did you inquire about maybe getting involved with Players Era, thinking that would be like something that they might want to get into. And he goes, yeah, they weren't interested in us.
Really?
I think that, yeah, last year in November, of course, they weren't interested. Right. But now they're probably like, well, we'd love to have Iowa instead of having Rutgers or whoever else in this tournament. So,
relegate Rutgers. Let's do it.
Yeah, I know that's something that they wanted to get into, but it looks like the field's kind of set, and I think they've allocated like 8 of the slots or something to Big 12 teams or something. So it's it's just hard to get into it. Maybe they will, but it's just hard to. Like Maui, you can't go to Maui anymore because it's a loss leader. You lose money going to Maui, so you just can't do it.
Is McCollum finding difficulty finding bye games because of the fact that Iowa's success last year? Is he having trouble getting opponents?
I don't think so. I think they'll fill out their schedule pretty easily. I think he wants to fill out the tough games before he fills out his entire bye slate. just to kind of, you can fill it out. He loves taking his time with the schedule stuff. I mean,
Yes,
I don't think they finalized stuff until like September last year with some of those games.
Tom, I got to tell you, because my thoughts on scheduling, and I yelled about the RPI for years and the way Freehan scheduled, and that changed with the net system. So last year, about this time, I had an interview with McCullum. And after we wrapped up the 15, 20 minutes on my podcast, we just started, talking. And he found out how big of a scheduling nerd I am. And we sat there and we talked for 20 minutes off the record just about scheduling and about manipulation of the net, what you could do, just different things. There is going to be, I will tell everybody out there, any angst for Hawkeye fans, he knows to a T exactly what he's doing, what the schedule is. And it goes back to last year. You mentioned being there in Palm Springs. He demanded that they play Ole Miss in that first game. And if they did not get to play a power conference team in that first round, because that's not how they wanted it set up. They wanted Ole Miss, Iowa in the championship. He said, we need the guarantee of a power team or we're going to pull out. This was not my contract and we're going to pull out. He is going to have this thing figured out. And it's probably not going to be shiny, but those bye games, even the ones that you look at and you kind of roll your eyes, there's going to be a method to the madness here with McCullum.
Yeah, absolutely. He understands how to manipulate that net ranking and to get it up higher. And that's how he's going to schedule his teams. Now, I was talking to somebody about that on staff the other day, and they're just like, yeah, it didn't work out for us because Ole Miss was terrible. And
until the SEC tournament.
Until the SEC tournament. They were like, what did they finish, like 12th or 13th in the SEC last year? It was bad. And then they, caught fire late. But and Grand Canyon was always going to be like a Q2 at best win just because of the conference. So they've got to. He's got to figure it out. He knows what he's doing.
When it comes to the Creighton game in Des Moines, do you know who's going to get the TV rights for that one? Is that going to be
great question?
Yeah,
I don't know. I would guess probably it's going to be on the Big Ten Network, but maybe Creighton has the TV rights.
Is it an Iowa home game?
It might be an Iowa home game. I don't know. They may be designated as the home team. But I'm not sure.
And it could be a return trip over to Omaha maybe in the future. That could be potentially something there.
So then they get the TV rights.
Well, that's the thing, though. And that's where the slippery slope is, as we found out with Duke trying to sell off their neutral games. It's not like it once was. And yes, this is both considered Iowa and Creighton territory. Do you make it that direction? What that's going to be? And don't be surprised down the road if Iowa and Creighton want to play a game and they play outside the area. They play in a Las Vegas, and then you can sell it to an Amazon. If this all goes through for Duke, the way we know non-conference scheduling, not just for basketball, but football is going to be changing, Tom. And for
because the conference then doesn't have their hand in the pie?
Absolutely. You play, like we heard for years, Iowa, Notre Dame. They tried to get that game. Jamie Pollard said, we're not going to take a one-year hiatus for the Cy-Hawk game, so it never came to fruition.
Good for Jamie Pollard.
Soldier Field, awful lot of Jamie Pollard. Different conversation. We'll argue about that another time.
I've never said good for Jamie Pollard. Very seldom. So let me have this one.
Soldier Field. Well, of course, that's still considered Big Ten territory. You put that game in Las Vegas, though, you can sell it to a Netflix. I think the way, Tom, that we talk so much about basketball scheduling, the way that we know football scheduling, though, I think we're going to be going back to the days like the early 2000s, all those neutral site games. I think we're going to be seeing a whole lot more of that. You feel in the same
classic,
way?
Like the Kickoff Classic, Iowa, Tennessee, 1987.
East Rutherford, a pitch that gets taken back the other way. I remember it vividly.
1987.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, 1987. Played it at East Rutherford.
And who had the TV for that one? It had to be a
ABC?
network. It had to have been
CBS. It was a big one. Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely.
I think it was CBS. It wasn't Raycom.
It was not.
It wasn't Raycom.
No.
Jefferson Pilot.
Right.
Oh, back in the day. Good stuff. Speaking of football, Tom, any news coming out of the football program you can share?
Nothing really. It's been pretty quiet. They're wrapping up things, and the guys will get to go home, and then they'll come back for workouts. Coming up. One thing I have heard on the basketball front that might be interesting for your local listeners is Trevin Urach has really been impressive since they got back to workouts, and they really think that something's brewing with him, that he can really, really help them this coming season. So it'd be cool to see something really go. Maybe I jokingly said maybe they'll go with the true Twin Towers. Maybe they'll go 7'3", 7 foot.
Wouldn't that be something?
Up front?
He's got an offensive skill set that'll work. Can he get there defensively? That's still the question.
What is it?
Euron.
Feet work with it? Footwork?
Yeah,
with him,
absolutely. Yeah, just getting quicker. That's going to be the big part of it. But his offensive skill set, he led Valley his senior year in assists. You don't see that at the high school level for a team certainly that good as Valley was during those seasons that has guys like Zay Robinson in the backcourt and some of the guys that were playing alongside of him. You know, I asked McCullum about him last week because he was in West Des Moines for the Polk County I Club. He said at the time, Trevin's different right now. You could tell the excitement that he was hearing out of him. And I heard another clip with him earlier this week, I think at another iClub event, saying just that the skill set is definitely there. The question for me about this team going into the year, what does that backcourt look like? Is it handing the keys off to Cale Combs and we'll bring Coleman after the transfer from the MVC along a little bit slowly because they're going to be good up front. They got dudes, they got power forwards, they got a bunch of pieces there. How does the backcourt shake out in your mind?
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing. And I would not put it past Tate Sage to play some point guard this year because he can play that. He thinks he's a point guard too. And the other thing with McCollum, and you notice this, and he's going to continue to do this. He's going to keep collecting guys that are like 6'6" to 6'9", 6'10", that can do different things, and all of them can maybe do a little bit of a different thing. One guy might be more defensive specialist that can get you stops. Another guy might be like a Cooper Koch who can just shoot it and do all those things. So he's going to keep collecting these guys with length that he can plug and play and kind of that 2 through 4 spot that you can just kind of rotate all these different pieces in there and do different things.
Any news on Banks?
Nothing yet. I just don't think that thing's going to happen. And I even think if it does, I'm not sure that he'd even be back.
Okay.
He might find someplace else to go, even if it does happen. So that's just my gut feeling right now. I don't think there's going to be anything that happens though.
And when does McKeever get here? Do you know?
I would guess early June.
Yeah.
I went to the NBA Combine this week and talked to Bennett and asked Bennett about McKeever, and he goes, he's got the biggest hands I've ever seen in my entire life. He's like he swallowed me up. So
big old mitts. Yeah. That is exciting. Well, not a big player, but maybe a helpful player for Jan Jensen's squad, and that is Bria Medina, who comes in the all-time leading scorer at Knox College over in Galesburg. But it's a jump from the D3 level, not just to D1, to Big Ten D1. What have you heard about Medina at minimum? Can she be a piece for 6 to 10 minutes a game? And then also the Swedish freshman that's coming over. I'll help it. Stromdahl. My Swedish is not very good.
Did Jan go over there to get that deal? Do you know?
I don't know if she sent somebody over there. If she sent Lysandra over there, because Lysandra is the one that's kind of talked about recruiting that area. So, but the other part of the world. So I think maybe that's her work more than it was Jan's. But I think both of them are just kind of reserve pieces that they're going to need to give them 5 to 7 minutes a game and hopefully help them out. Get, with Medina, maybe a shooter that can come in and make a couple shots and do some things offensively and not hurt you defensively. But that's a pretty good story. Knox College. Oh, I drive by there on my way down to St. Louis to see my in-laws all the time, and you never thought you'd find a future Iowa player at Knox College.
And yet here we are, the all-time leading scorer after just 3 years at Knox College. So Jan done?
Yeah, I think she's done. I think she is. I think they've got their roster now, unless something falls out of the sky that you just can't turn away from. Yeah, I think she's probably. I think they've got the roster.
Good stuff, Tom Kakert. Enjoy Indiana, and we will talk with you next Friday. Appreciate it. We'll read all your work as we always do at HawkeyeReport.com. Thank you, Tom.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Good to talk to you. Tom Kakert, HawkeyeReport.com. All right. In case you missed it at the top of the hour, if you're a baseball fan, we're going to see the Hawkeyes downtown Des Moines tonight. I take on Purdue. The game time has been moved up due to potential weather that's coming into the area. This from Sam Burnaby. Moving up to 5 p.m. The original time was 6:30 because of the chance of weather later in the evening. Gates will open at 4:30. There was to be a pregame signing opportunity, autograph signing. Unfortunately, that will have to be scrapped due to moving the game up. So Iowa-Purdue scheduled 6:30, moved up until 5 o'clock. So bust your tails to get down there if you're headed to that game here tonight, pending weather moving into the market. Are you going to, how many more they got tonight? And is that done or is there one more?
And then there's one more. Yeah. It's a 3-game series started last night. A nice comeback victory from the Hawkeyes to get the Purdue team that came in number 4 in the Big Ten.
Wow. How was the crowd? Did you see that?
Didn't see attendance or anything like that, but yeah, good crowds. I've heard that are anticipated. Weather always throws a wrench into things though. And you just never know here in the middle of May in Iowa, but I was going to be back in the Big Ten tournament. They are not well funded for baseball.
Yeah.
And what Rick Heller does year after year, one of their top pitchers they anticipated was going to help this year is out for the year. They lost before the season started, and kind of duct tape kind of season at times with that pitching staff, the rotation, the bullpen. But to get them back once again to the Big Ten tournament, it doesn't happen for Iowa baseball. The consistency that he is able to employ.
And where is that tournament? You know,
Omaha. Yeah, they've had it in Omaha for, I think, basically since.
Oh, so they don't move that around either.
No. Softball moves around, but no, baseball has been year after year over there in Omaha, who supports it well.
Yeah, no, they do. Absolutely.
Made that trip 6-7 years back when Iowa played Ohio State in the championship after making a deep run.
Was it Rosenblatt back when you went the last time?
No, Rosenblatt has been around.
It's been on for a while.
25 years.
No, it hasn't been that long, has it?
It's been a long time.
I mean, the ballpark's been downtown for a while. That's true.
Yes, yeah. Rosenblatt.
Has it been 25 years?
Stadium. Let's see if they got it opened in 1948, closed in 2010.
So there.
16 years.
Give you an opportunity to win $1,000. We'll give you another opportunity to win money, whether you tail or Trent or go against. His picks are coming up from Circa. Yesterday's
2-2, but we were profitable.
Oh, you hit the right ones.
Yes, absolutely. The Cubs were plus 160. So
no, you did take the Cubs a good plus money. That's right.
Got the profitable day up 0.7 units.
Good.
We'll take it.
Heck yeah. You can head to KXNO.com or whatever station you're listening to. Head to that website. Once you're there, a pop-up box will appear. And in that pop-up box, type the keyword deposit. Deposit at KXNO.com. Your chance to win $1,000 deposit at KXNO.com. Miller and Condon. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk some Iowa State. Eugene Rapay joins us on Iowa State. That's next. Miller and Condon, Iowa Sports Radio Network.
We live here. We work here. We are your sports coverage in Iowa. 106.3 KXNO on the Iowa Sports Radio Network.
Get in on the action with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circa Sports Iowa is where the pros play. Enjoy the highest limits, lowest takeouts, and competitive betting menus. Download, fund, and bet from anywhere in Iowa. Circa Sports Iowa. Sports betting the way it should be. Download your new bookie today. Visit circasports.com. Must be over 21 and present in Iowa to bet. Have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
This June, the Legends of Golf return to Des Moines. The 2026 Principal Charity Classic at Wakanda Club, June 10th through 14th, where legends of the game compete and every swing helps support Iowa youth. Bring the whole family. Tickets start at just $25 and kids 15 and under get in free. Get your tickets now at principalcharityclassic.com. The Principal Charity Classic, because out here, it's more than golf.
You've heard me rave about Kitchen Refresh. They updated our kitchen in just a few days for a fraction of the cost of the custom cabinets that I was pricing out with no demo. That's why Kitchen Refresh has installed over 500 kitchens. You can still use your space while they work. You don't even have to empty cabinets. Your kitchen, bath, bar, or laundry room will get a completely new look with lightning fast speed without sacrificing quality. Go to kitchenrefreshiowa.com for your free in-home consultation. Tell them Heather said they could help.
It's Lawn and Garden Days at Acme Tools, May 13th through 16th. Take advantage of sale pricing on your favorite gas and cordless outdoor products from Stihl, Ego, Honda, Milwaukee, Toro, DeWalt, and more. Receive instant discounts on walk-behind mowers, trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and generators. operators. See store for details. Visit with factory-trained experts. And remember, all lawn and garden products are assembled, serviced, and yard ready. Don't miss the lawn and garden sale going on now at Acme Tools.
As your dealer for life, the Carl Auto Group has been taking care of small companies and fleet owners the same way for over 45 years, with a handshake and a promise. Our business elite professionals are here for you as we begin 2026. See how we can help upgrade your fleet and save on a new Chevrolet, GMC, or Ram fleet vehicle. Or learn how our fleet management program can help business owners increase vehicle uptime, reduce cost per mile, or lower operating expenses. With dealerships located in Ankeny, Stewart, Glidden, Webster City, and Marshalltown, we make it easy to service your fleet. We invite you to visit carlauto.com to view our complete work truck and fleet inventory.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.
Hello, I'm Robert Smigel. I did lots of things. Cartoons on SNL, Conan stuff, Triumph the Insult comic dogs, some movies. But now I'm past my peak. So I'm hosting a podcast, Humor Me with Robert Smigel and Friends. Each week, me and my favorite comedians, writers, and whatnots help regular people just like you, presuming you're regular, who have some project or task that they'd like us to help make funnier.
Search Humor Me on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
More with Miller and Condon in 60 seconds, right here on 106.3 KXNO.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. That's deposit. Enter it now.
KXNO.com.
Miller and Condon on 106.3 KXNO and the Iowa Sports Radio Network.
Hi, Miller and Condon. Welcome back. Coming up on 1:30 on a Friday. We take you until just before 2. Trent's Plays of the Day still to come. Circa Sports sponsor those. A couple of basketball games tonight. No puck. Little WNBA, a little NBA, some MLB. We'll get his Plays of the Day coming up here in 20 minutes. But let's talk Iowa State, shall we? Eugene Rapay, along with Travis Hines, cover the Cyclones for DesMoinesRegister.com. And Eugene joins us. Hello, Eugene. Trent and Ken, how are you?
I'm great. Always a good time chopping it up with you guys. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Appreciate you coming on to do just that. Not a ton of news coming out, I guess, but maybe the news that some Cyclone fans are waiting for is just to see where one of their guys from last year, Momcilovic, is A, if he ends up in college, or B, gets to live out his dream and hear his name called in the NBA draft. I think he's going to, and again, I swing and miss at NBA drafts worse than any of them. I think he's going to get drafted. I'm not sure where, but I don't think he's going back to college. Is that kind of the feel you get, Eugene?
That's definitely the feel I get. It also seems to be the intent just from Milan and his camp. It seems like he wants to go pro. He's not, I don't want to say done with college, but he feels ready for the next step. I feel like if he comes back, there's not really much he could do to improve his stock. There's probably more to lose. I'm sure the NIL payday from whoever school will be approaching him or knocking on his door will be pretty good. But at the same time, I think he's ready to go to the NBA. And I do agree with you. I think he will be drafted probably somewhere in the second round, maybe late first, depending on how he interviews and how the combine went for him. But for the most part, I really do think he's gone.
That conversation from Iowa State camps, and I know you can go to dangerous parts of the internet and message boards and social media. I mean, do we put it at a 0% chance that Milan is back in an Iowa State uniform? Is it even a 1% chance?
Somewhere between those.
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody wants to hold out hope. There can't be any hope. Can there be, Eugene?
Yeah, it feels like that both sides have moved on. Yeah. Just looking at Iowa State, with Ryan Prather being the last transfer, it seemed like that they waited till like the 11th hour or until Milan Momcilovic made his declaration to go to the NBA draft and enter the transfer portal. Unfortunately, it would be great to see it. Like, if he were to return to college, you would love to see him finish it out at Iowa State. But it does feel like, I wouldn't even say 0%. I would probably even say negative whatever percent chance that he'll come back in an Iowa State uniform. It feels like it's really going to be the pro. And, I'd probably put that at like 95%. But if he does come back, it'll be elsewhere in a different college where he'll finish it out.
Since we're using math and numbers and percentages and everything, what if you were to poll Cyclone fans, do you think that they would say they're a basketball school or a football school? And I'm guessing it's probably changed since December as far as those numbers. And the success TJ has year after year. Is Iowa State a basketball school?
It feels like it has changed since December, like you mentioned. It feels like it's starting to shift towards that way where it probably is a basketball school now. And just looking at TJ Otzelberger's big payday and his big increase, he's now the highest paid coach. It feels like even the school is starting to put some of those resources or move some of those chips over into the basketball program. It doesn't mean that no one cares about football.
Right.
It's still obviously a big brand, but I do think that the argument has become more and more for a basketball school rather than in the past where you could probably say it's a football school that is also pretty good at basketball. But now it feels like that dynamic, that argument has changed.
We look at this basketball team, and I really like Prather, the class that they brought in out of the portal. I guess my question is, where does the scoring come from? I mean, you will lose three guys that could fill it up in different ways. And obviously, for a lot of time, it was Lipsy putting his head down and getting to the rim. Yeah. But obviously, the offensive skill set of Milan that we saw, and then Jefferson, that was just that Swiss Army knife and could be inside and out. Where does the scoring come from in this group? We know they're going to play D. Who's going to put the points up?
This June and this summer session and the summer workouts will be very, very telling. I do think that individually the pieces look great on paper. You look at the guys that they're bringing in, like you mentioned, like Prather, Jaquan Johnson, Trey Singleton. Those guys all succeeded at their last stops, but how much of it will translate to the Big 12? But then also you look at the returners. Is this where Jamarian Bateman takes a big step up? Does Killian Touré become more consistent on the offensive end and helps out there? I really think it's still a little too early to say where exactly the scoring is coming from, but that is definitely my biggest question for this team going into the summer, going into the off season. Who's it going to be? Who's going to be the guy that you can go to for those buckets when you need it most? But also, is it going to be by committee? Is one guy going to take over? Are we going to see a big leap from somebody, or is it going to be an immediate splash right away from some of these transfers coming in? I do think the pieces look great on paper. I think that there's definitely a recipe here, but how it all actually works out, what the actual product will be, there are things that are still up in the air that need to be answered this offseason, but also the regular season once it tips off.
Eugene Rapay, Des Moines Register, is with us. Eugene, the tailgate tour, does it start this coming week? Because we usually get some information out of that as it travels around the state. Is that this week or next? Do you know?
Yes, it is this week. It's starting on Monday in Des Moines, in the East Village at Curate. Looking forward to going to that. I'm sure I'll see a lot of my Iowa State media cohorts there as well, but they'll be touring across the state of Iowa throughout the week. So there's going to be lots of different stops here and there. I know I'm personally looking at that Waterloo stop and potentially Cedar Rapids, but I'll be delegating as well with Travis Hines and a couple of other people as well.
That's awesome. Back to the scoring question. And just as I'm looking at the roster now where they're going to get scoring, but two guys, obviously Lipsy, Heisey had his moments as well. Have you heard any? They're not going to get drafted. Have you heard anything as far as their potential landing spots? Is there a your possibility for both, either one of them? What are you hearing about Heisey and Lipsy as far as their immediate future? Anything along those lines?
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see Taylor Lipsey's name show up in a second-round mock draft. I believe it was The Athletic. To me, that seemed a little bit surprising. It was the only mock draft that I'd seen that had mentioned Lipsey, but I feel like for the both of them, overseas, Europe, wherever it may be, there's definitely a pro career for both of them somewhere. I do feel like it'll be elsewhere. It won't be in the NBA, but it would be great to see Lipsey get a shot or Heisey sneak up on people and maybe or summer league. So, but ultimately, I think when it's all said and done, when we see those guys, I think they're going to have great careers elsewhere overseas, whether it's in Europe or wherever it may be.
Credit where credit is due. Let me pat the afternoon show on the back. I saw a clip up with TJ yesterday, and he was asked about his all-time starting five. That was a great question. And he did mention when it comes to the five-man, he mentioned Blake Buchanan, and 1 year for sure, but potentially two, should they get that fifth year of eligibility. Is that a feasibility, do you think, that Buchanan might have? TJ obviously thinks it is because he put that out there. What are you hearing as far as, 5 years to play in college? Will that change and potentially would that be beneficial to Blake Buchanan and Iowa State as far as getting another year? Are you hearing that that's a distinct possibility or still a long shot?
Yeah, I've heard it being talked about a little bit more as a possibility. It seems like coaches seem to be somewhat optimistic, or even if it's not optimistic, at least preparing for the possibility of having guys for 5 years. And for a guy like Blake Buchanan, that would be huge for him. I know TJ Otzelberger, even before that his all-time starting five for his tenure came out, he was very high on Buchanan. And it seems like just from what he said about him in the past and also just catching up with new Northern Iowa head coach Kyle Green, it seems like that they feel like this could be a pretty big year for Buchanan overall. So if he's able to build off of last year where we saw him more utilized in a way that he felt more comfortable in, he's got an added year of familiarity in the system. We saw what he did on the defensive end and on the glass, but if he can really build on that and have a good year this year, I think Iowa State fans would love to have him for 5 years and have him for an additional year beyond 26, 27.
Best hair on the roster.
Yes,
too.
he
By a
does.
mile.
He looks good out there. Hey, Eugene, I want to jump over to some football with you and start on this front. And I know there's nothing reported because you would report it if that was the case. But after the departure of Jackson, even before that, we heard from the new running back coach, and they don't have a whole lot of depth at the running back spot. Do you know, are they still sniffing around, not just at running back, but just in general? There's still D2 guys that are in the portal. Seeing if there's anything still out there to augment that roster. Do you know if they're still sniffing around and trying to fill maybe this summer out a couple more guys going into next season?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make a late addition or something like that. Right now, they've been keeping their cards close to their chest. That is definitely an area that I've been looking at, and I know they've been highlighting as well. Once you lose Jackson, you have a law out for an undetermined amount of time, but it looks pretty long-term for what it may be. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a move, but as of right now, I haven't heard of anything official or anything substantial that may warrant that rumor or whatever that may be.
Good stuff. So Des Moines on Monday for the tour, and then you're going to Waterloo, you said. When are those all this coming week? Or are they spread it out over two? Is it one?
Yeah, all this coming week. Yeah, last year they condensed it to 1 year, and I think they had 1 week, and I think they got good feedback from that. So they're running it back again. A lot of the same stops. But yeah, it'll be 1 week this year, one stop during the day and then one stop at night. So they'll be very busy and be racking up those RV miles. I hope the coaches love each other.
Yeah. Last thing, last week you mentioned yourself and Travis Hines on behalf of the Register. The Register filed a FOIA regarding attendance numbers. Did you get anything back from Iowa State for this upcoming football season?
Nothing yet.
Good stuff. We'll watch for that. Eugene Rapay, I look forward to recapping what you find out. Ask TJ where that scoring's coming from. Love to know, and I'll read about it at the Register, and we'll talk about it with you on Friday. Eugene Rapay, enjoy your weekend. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys so much. Same to you. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Good to talk to you, Eugene Rapay, on Iowa State. I love this rivalry. So David Eichel just reported this. That the Iowa Athletics Department has purchased the official court that from the Houston Regional Elite 8 game.
Yes,
so that's going to be the Floor Carver Hawkeye.
Got that press release a little bit earlier today.
Okay.
Yep.
So this was very quickly on the heels of that post. Guy by the name of Feltz. Do you know Feltz? I have no idea who Feltz is.
Big Iowa basketball fan.
Apparently so.
Yes.
Iowa State will finally get to play on an Elite 8 court. There's nothing like it, man. I love it so much.
The back and forth.
I love it. I'm going to miss Iowa State back and forth. It never takes a week off.
It doesn't. It's a great thing.
It truly is.
Sometimes it gets a little ugly.
Yeah.
Goes a little too far.
It does. But it's just great. We'll take a time out, come back and finish our program. Again, the Purdue-Iowa baseball game has been moved up. It's 5:00 first pitch due to pending weather in the area. What phone do you have? Do you have the same weather app on your phone as I do?
You have an iPhone, correct?
Yes.
I have a Galaxy, so I'm going to guess not.
So when does rain show up on your...
8:00.
Oh, it does show up at 8:00.
Yes.
Shows up at 11:00 on this piece of crap.
That's when thunderstorms go. You don't like your phone?
Well, I like it, but I like it to be right.
Well, how do you know it's not?
Well, how do you know? Well, I guess that's fair. Maybe yours is the bad phone.
Could be. What does he got? Hourly here. Let's see the hourly.
Hourly. That's what I'm looking at.
Well, and even then, it has the rain showers, but just a 33% chance at 8:00.
Yeah, the storms are 11, right?
Yes, yeah. That's when the thunderstorms will be rolling in. And if you got leaks, call Wolf Roofing.
Well done. Well done. So by the looks of things, we're in for like a week of rain. Is that right? Today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
And when you have 3 10U softball games scheduled for Saturday.
What are you hoping for? Rain, like a lot of rain? Or
no, none.
You want to get them in?
Yes, absolutely. It's the West Des Moines Invitational.
Oh, this is a big weekend.
It's a big week. It's a big week for the Tigers.
And how are they playing going into it?
We're playing all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Got upset.
Any injuries? They used the weekend off, maybe?
We're good. We're good there. We haven't played in 2 weeks. Got upset in the bracket. We're the number 1 seed, won our pool, and got knocked off in the first round. So girls need to bounce back.
Yeah, the girls need an opponent by the sounds of things. It's been a while since they played. A little rust, maybe, or
should be okay. They're also, this is rec season, so they've been seeing a lot of pitches.
Okay,
playing a lot of rec games, which is always fun. We had a rec game last night. I enjoy it because you have the girls that have been playing tournament ball for now 4 or 5 years, and we got a couple girls on our team that never played softball before.
Love it.
And my favorite part is seeing the veterans helping out those girls.
Oh, they do?
Yes. We had a girl
great.
that was very nervous getting into the batter's box the first time because we're talking about some big 5th and 6th grade girls now, and they throw some smoke. And I can understand that if you've never seen a live pitch before, and that's what you're jumping into, and everybody
or jumping away from in some cases.
Helping out. She made a foul ball then her second at bat and just keep building. It's really a fun time because it is a lot different. Tournament ball, even at the sea level, people get kind of hardcore. I'm not exactly hardcore about things. I'm a little more laissez-faire.
But would you sign for 2-1 with this 3-game set?
It depends on what time our bracket game is. Okay. We're really shooting for that 1 seed because that means you get to play late. Don't have to play Sunday till 11 a.m.
As opposed to what?
Could be as early as 8, which means 7 o'clock batting practice, getting warmed up. We like those 11 o'clock on Sunday.
By the way, how do you not root for this guy that got penalized yesterday? What's his name? Hippa? The kid that was 30 seconds late for his tee time. They gave him a 2-stroke penalty.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually playing well. Garrett Higo. Well, he's not playing well today.
Oh, it's falling apart?
Yeah, well, he was started his day 1 under, I think. He's 3 over for the day.
See,
he's still on the cut line.
He should be getting there late, apparently. That helps his game.
Garrett Higo.
Ever
heard of him before yesterday?
I'd seen the name.
Had you?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen him peek a shot actually at a tournament. I think this goes hand in hand with what I said. I told you I missed the PGA in August.
Yeah.
We talked about it for 3 minutes yesterday.
And we haven't talked about it at all. Not following up, not giving updates.
No.
Scheffler. You know what we forgot to ask Mike, and I meant to do it too. Just how big of a discrepancy between Masters handle.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's not fair because they bet on the Masters all year round.
They've
got that up.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got to be significant, right? Of the 4, this has got to be the right-wise, the smallest handle.
Yes.
Wouldn't you think?
There is no doubt. You have, because the British it's at a funky time. And
right.
Like that. It's different, but it's also the oldest tournament, U.S. Open, Father's Day weekend.
Right.
I would anticipate Masters own tier. I mean, probably triple what you get even in the second one. Then U.S. Open, then British, and certainly the PGA. We saw a slow start today from Scheffler. He was able to battle his way back, but he bogeyed 3 of his first 4. I can't remember ever seeing that. Certainly on a Friday from Scotty. Maybe on a Thursday. Yeah. 3 of his, he started on the back 9. He started on 10 today. Bogey, par, bogey, and battled back just 1 over. But not a star-studded top of the
Alex Smalley, Aldrich Hogeiter, Min Woo Lee, Chris Gottrup, Hideki Matsuyama. There's a name.
There's a name. And Gotterup's going to be good. He's a young
Okay.
guy. Yeah.
Jason Day.
There's a name.
Yep.
From 10 years
from
ago.
a long time ago. Remember he had the vertigo?
Yes, absolutely.
Stephen Yeager.
There's an old name.
Well, finally, when you get down tied for ninth, Cameron Young, Justin Thomas, Scotty Scheffler.
Comes Cam Young.
Yeah.
People like him. Hogarth. There's another young name.
Where's our guy, by the way? Where's Bobby Mack?
Bobby Mack was like 82nd when I checked right before the show began. He's down to 93rd. It's over.
So he's not going to make the
No.
We got two left.
We got two left.
We got two left.
Come on, Bobby Mack.
We bet Bobby Mack every major. Just sight unseen, blindly.
Yep. This is
Back
going to
in
be the
February.
year. It's going to break through for Robert McIntyre. He's yelling at people at Augusta. He's playing like crap at the PGA. 2 years ago, Justin Thomas was my guy. He had his worst major run over the 4 majors during a season. I put the stink on, guys. Who should I put the stink on next winter? Who's somebody you don't like on the tour?
Who's someone I don't like? Dude, I don't think I don't follow it like I used to have a don't like. I just don't. Anyway.
Should I put it on like DeChambeau?
See, I don't like him. I like his teaching videos.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm not down on John Rahm.
Brooks Koepka?
No, I like Koepka.
You like them all. Look at you softening in your
Oh,
old
I
age.
really have. We'll take a time out, come back. We will hear Trent's Plays of the Day. Jordan Speak, 1 under. Take a time out. Trent's Plays of the Day. Circa Sports sponsor those. Miller and Condon, Iowa Sports Radio Network.
Quick question. Want to go to Vegas with KXNO? We're giving away the Circa Silver Anniversary Experience. Flights, Circa Hotel, food money, stadium swim, sportsbook VIP access, and nights out with the KXNO crew. All for one lucky winner and a guest. And 5 more winners still get the Vegas hookup. You've got until June 28th to enter. Don't hear about it later. Be there. Only from KXNO and Circa. Sign up now at KXNO.com.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. As an accredited state university, UMGC has been transforming lives for over 75 years. With more than 135 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, online and hybrid courses, personalized support, financial resources, and lifetime career services, achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get started on your next success. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Kia of Des Moines, it's been 1 year since the unveiling of our new state-of-the-art showroom. So we're celebrating all month long. It's our anniversary sale, and you get the gift. Shop and save on all of your favorite new Kias with financing as low as 0.9% for 60 months. Don't miss the anniversary sale going on now at Kia of Des Moines. Shop KiaDM.com. With approved credit for well-qualified buyers. Valid on new 2026 Kia Sportage models. $1,705 per thousand finance monthly. Must finance through KMF. Expires 6/1/26.
What would you love to get back to? Walking the dog without pain? Finishing a round of golf? Getting through the day without stiffness slowing you down? With 9 convenient clinic locations and personalized hands-on care, their team helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to doing what you love. At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, it's not just about treating pain, it's about helping you return to the activities that make life yours. Call Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy today to schedule your appointment or visit kineticedgept.com and start moving better now.
Voters are listening to the radio, tons of them. If you're running for office, radio is where people are actually tuned in, not swiping past ads. Connect with communities everywhere and get on the air in just 48 hours. Visit winwithiheart.com. That's winwithiheart.com.
We want you to come with us. Yep, Mrs. C and I are going to the birthplace of Western civilization, the place where democracy started, where philosophy started, literature, art, and architecture, Greece. We're going to Athens, to Mykonos, to Santorini, September the 5th through the 15th. Walk through history with me and Mrs. C in Athens, the ancient heart of Greece, with a guided visit to the legendary Acropolis. Then we can all escape to Mykonos, where we will have a wonderful tour through the charming Mykonos town. And that's where we're rolling up our sleeves and doing a Greek cooking class. I can't wait. Next, we get to go to Santorini. It's one of the most breathtaking islands in the Aegean. This is Greece at its finest. Culture, cuisine, unforgettable beauty. Space is limited, so call my friends at Ally Travel today. 515-270-7070. That's 515-270-7070. All you have to do is pack your bags.
You're listening to Miller and Condon. Off the bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain is on deck here on 106.3 KXNO and the Iowa Sports Radio Network.
Hi, Miller and Condon. Final couple of minutes of our week. When does your week continue on with baseball? Are you doing that this year?
Absolutely. Be back out there. Season starts. Scheduling has become a little bit more difficult with all the kids' things. Monday, there is a great battle as Stedman, the young man from West Des Moines Valley, is going up against a kid from Ottumwa. Long is his last name, that's going to Ole Miss. So Stedman going to Iowa. He throws 95. The Long kid is considered a top 50 type of prospect going to Ole Miss. And those two guys are going to be facing off at 5 o'clock in the first game of the doubleheader. Apparently the coaches have agreed that, yes, we'll both throw our aces first game of the year.
And on the first game.
Yes. So Ottumwa Valley, but can't make it happen. We got piano lessons, we got wrestling practice. So I will find more, but I've been building the schedule and also building it while my wife is going back to school for her doctorate. So she is not around nearly as much. Maybe the kids will be helping me out in the booth a little bit more this year.
Never hurts.
Absolutely. They've had fun a couple of times that they've come out there, and they always enjoy it, and they get to run around, of course, and watch a ball game. Not bad. Hanging out with
the
Dad.
concession stand.
Happens quite a bit. Yes, you get that one in the back pocket. The kids definitely enjoy that part too.
All right. So we've got basketball, WNBA, and NBA playoffs, a full slate of MLB. Are you going to get involved in any live bets in the PGA, or are you just kind of sitting tight there?
That's kind of going to be part of my afternoon, kind of digging into a couple of numbers that I have. I'm sure I will. Some hedging opportunities. Is there somebody that I like? That leaderboard is just so hot. So going to take maybe a little bit more work than normal to get through those, because probably you got a feel for a lot of the guys. That is not the case.
By the way, I got 2 suggestions for the game.
Those are 2 easy ones. Yeah. Absolutely. Cantley is god awful.
Rain delay, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. And Patrick Reed's a cheater.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly. A cheater. All right. 7th place for tonight. We are going to go with the Cincinnati Reds plus 130.
Now, where are they?
They're in Cleveland against the Guardians. Abbott gets the ball against Ivy. Slight edge for me on the Abbott side of things, and money plus 130 pushes it over. We're also going to play the Cubs tonight, minus 125. We're going right back to the well after they got us a victory last night.
Cabrera v. Burke.
I like the pitching advantage there for the Cubs on the road. Taking the Royals tonight, plus 104 against the Cardinals. Waka will get the ball going up against his old squad. And one baseball prop for you. Actually, got two pitching props. Spencer Strider tonight for the Braves, over 6.5 strikeouts at plus 110. And Blake Snell over 15.5 outs against the Angels this evening, plus 120 on that one.
Also the Battle of LA's this weekend, too.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, a lot of rivalry games. Got Minnesota, Milwaukee.
I'm guessing Yanks Mets go this weekend?
Yep, it is that series going on this week. And then to the NBA, emotional hedge, give me the Spurs, minus 5.5.
Do you think the T-Wolves have a chance?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't
I just think they're beat down.
Yeah.
Nothing left in the tank.
Can Detroit extend the series?
Yes.
Would you take the Pistons? What's the number? You get 4.5.
I have no feel for that series.
That series it's been close games for most of the game, and then seemingly one team just.
That's kind of what Buffalo Montreal's been in the NHL, and I saw the environment.
How about that?
I just
goal. There was 5 goals scored in the first 10 minutes. was crazy.
It was like game 1 of Colorado, Minnesota.
You know what the bad part is? I feel for Buffalo fans. Montreal fans just took over.
Yeah.
It's like a 6-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
And they just took over.
One more for you.
Okay.
We're going local.
Okay.
Harrison Barnes.
He's going over how many points for the Spurs?
Not points, rebounds. The line is set at
0.5.
It is.
Is it really?
And we're taking the over.
So if Barnes gets a rebound, TC gets a cash.
That's a fun one for late in the game.
You know what? That's something I'm going to watch. Awesome. That's awesome. And that game starts at what, 8:30?
Yes.
Races end about 8:45. Yeah. That's it's Prime Video. I get it. It's such a pain in the